The year was 1922. A small farm, Hinterkaifeck, stood isolated amidst the rolling hills of Bavaria, Germany. The farm was a place of simple living, where the rhythms of nature dictated the day. But this tranquil facade hid a darkness that would soon consume the lives of its inhabitants. On a bleak evening, a storm gathered, its shadows stretching across the farm, a harbinger of the unspeakable horror to come. This was not just a storm, but the onset of a chilling mystery that would baffle investigators for a century. The peace of Hinterkaifeck was about to be shattered. 6 lives would be brutally taken. The killer would vanish without a trace, leaving behind a haunting puzzle. Their motive, their identity lost to the annals of time. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck murders. This case remains unsolved, a chilling reminder that some secrets refuse to be unearthed. At the heart of this tragedy was the Gruber family. Andreas Gruber, the patriarch, was a man of strict demeanour. His wife, Casilia, was known for her quiet strength. Their daughter, Victoria Gabriel, a young widow, lived with them alongside her 2 children, the innocent Casilia and Joseph. Completing the household was Maria Baumgartner, a maid who had just arrived, unaware of the horrors that awaited. These were simple people. They worked the land, they raised their children, they lived their lives. They were unaware that their home, a place of refuge, was about to become their tomb. Their lives, though ordinary, were precious. Lives that were about to be extinguished in the most brutal of ways. In the weeks leading up to the tragedy, a series of unsettling events plagued Hinterkaifeck. The previous maid had fled the farm, claiming it to be haunted. She spoke of disembodied voices and unexplained noises. Her warnings, dismissed as the ravings of a troubled mind, would later prove tragically prophetic. Andreas Gruber himself discovered a set of footprints in the freshly fallen snow. These footprints led from the edge of the forest to the farm, but not away. It was as if someone had been watching the homestead. A chilling sense of dread settled over Hinterkaifeck. Unbeknownst to them, the shadow of the killer was already looming large. Their sanctuary, their home, was slowly transforming into a hunting ground. Days passed, and the inhabitants of Hinterkaifeck were not seen. Concern turned to alarm when neighbours finally decided to investigate. What they found on that grim day would forever scar the quiet countryside. Inside the barn, the bodies of Andreas, Casilia, Victoria and little Casilia lay stacked one on top of another, covered in hay. They had been brutally murdered, each bludgeoned to death with a mattock. The horror did not end there. Inside the house, young Joseph lay lifeless in his crib, his tiny body bearing the same gruesome wounds. Maria, the new maid, met a similar fate, her body sprawled on the floor of her room. The scene was one of unimaginable savagery. The killer had not only taken their lives, but had lingered in the house after the deed was done. This chilling detail, the killer living amongst the victims, sent shivers down the spines of even the most hardened investigators. The question wasn't just who could commit such a heinous act, but why prolong the horror? Section 5. The mystery deepens. The killer's haunting presence. The investigation revealed even more disturbing details. The killer had stayed at the farm for several days after the murders. They had fed the cattle, eaten food from the pantry, and even slept in the beds of the deceased. The fireplace had been recently used, suggesting a chilling domesticity amidst the macabre scene. Who was this individual who felt so comfortable in the presence of death? What dark thoughts plagued their mind as they went about their daily routine surrounded by their victims? The killer's motive like their identity, remained an unsolvable puzzle. Were they driven by a personal vendetta, their rage culminating in this horrific act? Or was this a crime of opportunity, a chance encounter that spiraled into unimaginable violence? Section 6. Whispers and Shadows, the Suspects. The investigation into the Hinterkaifeck murders was a long and arduous one, plagued by dead ends and whispered rumours. Suspicion fell on several individuals, each with their own potential motives and connections to the victims. One suspect was Lawrence Schlittenbauer, a neighbour who was rumoured to have had an affair with Victoria and was even suspected of being Joseph's father. Could jealousy or a desire to keep their relationship a secret have driven him to such lengths? Another person of interest was Carl Gabriel, Victoria's husband, who was believed to have died in the trenches of World War I. However, no official record of his death could be found. Had he in fact survived the war and returned to seek revenge on his wife and her family? Despite numerous leads and theories, the case remained cold. The killer, hidden behind a veil of secrecy, had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. Section 7. The investigation, a labyrinth of dead ends. Despite the best efforts of the police, the Hinterkaifeck murders remained unsolved. The murder weapon, a mattock, was found at the scene, but it offered no clues to the killer's identity. Fingerprints were in their infancy, and DNA analysis was decades away. The isolated location of the farm, the lack of witnesses, and the passage of time all conspired to keep the truth hidden. Every lead they followed led to a dead end. Every clue they uncovered only deepened the mystery. The investigation, once a flurry of activity, slowly ground to a halt. The files, filled with chilling details and unanswered questions, were archived, a testament to the enduring power of this unsolved crime. Section 8. The Legacy of Hinterkaifeck, Unanswered Questions. The Hinterkaifeck murders continue to fascinate and horrify to this day. The gruesome nature of the crime, the chilling lack of a motive, and the eerie presence of the killer in the days following the murders have all contributed to the case's notoriety. Numerous books, documentaries, and podcasts have explored the case, each attempting to shed light on the mystery. Amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike continue to pore over the evidence, hoping to uncover the truth that has eluded authorities for so long. Yet the questions remain: who could commit such a heinous act? What drove them to such brutality? And how did they manage to vanish without a trace? Section 9. A haunting reminder. The Hinterkaifeck murders serve as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most seemingly peaceful places. It is a story of violence, mystery, and the enduring power of the unknown. Though the farm itself is long gone, the legend of Hinterkaifeck lives on, a haunting whisper in the annals of true crime. The case remains a testament to the fact that some secrets are destined to remain hidden, forever shrouded in mystery and speculation. And so the mystery of Hinterkaifeck endures, a chilling reminder that some cases may never be solved, some questions may never be answered. The truth, lost to time, continues to haunt the Bavarian countryside, a chilling whisper on the wind.